Hello, friends of Komodo platform, friends of Pirate Chain. Hello, pirates. Ooh. Once you think the winds are blowing in one direction, boom, they start blowing in the other direction. That's what we got going on Pirate Chain. I'm E. Giuliano. It's the 9th of October. I nearly called it August. 9th of October, and we are jumping into these charts. I'm going to share the screen, Bitcoin, and then Pirate Chain. I'm going to start with the Pirate Chain. Not much to say other than on the ARRR BTC. How can she slap? I mean, yeah, I spoke too soon here with this reversal. Should have been a question mark at the end of that big reversal. Because yes, we cleared the price action to the upside, but we were resisted right here, and boom, we fell down even lower. Okay, no problem. We're still within this spring action. Either that, or we are coming to a point where we're going to find out that this is not a reaccumulation, and in fact is some form of redistribution. The bias is still finding support and then moving higher. I thought we had the support, didn't quite have it. That's it. That's where we are. We're still making some on the RSI, at least. We're making still this divergence in this little local section right here, low and higher low, and then also low and higher low. Okay. In that sense, we are making some divergence in the bullish sense. So that's the more local one with the price higher low and then a lower low, diverging from the RSI. And same thing here, where we have, oops, this right here, and the price is diverging higher low, lower low here. Okay, I just need to give us a quick respin so we can hopefully get on now, so we can get some working. There we go. There we go. A working crosshairs. Okay, so what then? So in this case, it looks like we have a potential here. I want to recognize within here, we're going to confluence a couple of areas. Like, because what? Are we going to get a support? We should. So where's it going to be? Well, either we're just about there, okay, or it'll be around here. So I'm going to get that for you. So here we go. In this recent move here, you know, from up here, it looks like we've got something. Either these are connected and going down to here, okay? And then we have our next move here, okay? And then from there, we can find something like this, okay? Now, what does that mean? In this case, it means that here we go. Extension tool from the top to the bottom to the top. And we get our extension here around the 42 is a 1-to-1 extension. So we're looking, and interestingly, it's right around this area, this top. So that's where we're looking for this level of support on the daily price candle. Okay, does that make sense? Using a type of, let's call it here, some form of ABC. We're probably going to end up with something like this, but whatever. Although the degree here could also be, anyway, it doesn't really, doesn't matter as much. That's the idea. And so you saw how we got the extension one-to-one around the 42. Do it again. So because here we had something, you know, we had this move up and then we start this next correction down. So if we're looking at something flat here, then we're going here, and then maybe we continue with the next move down. And because this high is more significant, let's say, of a move from the pattern that was moving downwards, and then boom, we made this high. So then we can say there was this intervening wave, and now we're starting something new here, okay? And the concern is, let's say on a 4 hour, we take it and we see this being together a bit more flat. And in that case, let's just retrace this B wave. So we're already at the one retracement, a one-to-one. So a 1382 could bring us down even on a 4 hour level. We could be hitting something like a 3,900 Satoshis there, or somewhere in between there, between 45 and 39. So, you know, that's where we're looking at 4,000 as a support, okay, for a common move there. But I don't think that's even playing out in that sense. It's just that we're looking at relationships, like we have a move up and we have a move down, and we have a move up and we have a move down. So we're looking at where are there significant moves relative to previous moves, so looks of degree, and then what is their retracement or extension relationship? That's basically the idea. So yeah, as this price starts to hit a little bit lower, we're going to be making some divergence here on the 4 hour. It might take again some time to clear out, but there we are. I guess we are nearing the end of this move, and at least on this shorter time frame. But you know, anything be possible. We're not really making that divergence on the MACD, so it's not lining up yet. So maybe we're not really quite finished yet. Okay. Then if we take it to the weekly, or here, let's just keep it here, daily. So this move here, we're going to retrace this top. It's about 78.6, 81%. And if we're really going to say that the move starts here, it's even a one-to-one. Either way, it's type of flat. So we're going to, it's got a flat characteristic. So we'll take the B wave and retrace it. And there you go. The 1382 is around the 40. So to be, it's within the common flat pattern. If we're really getting dumpy, then we're going down to 35 at a 1618. Okay, so that's that idea. I'm looking more so at the 40 and this 1382. Okay, and then if we take ourselves again, that's a similar idea from the weekly. Okay, except with the weekly, when we retrace that same move right on a weekly time frame with closings, we get not a 61.8%. So, and we're not even at 61.8, we're at 50. So that's kind of rough, but basically that's more of a zigzag type of pattern. So let's go for an extension of that zigzag. We'll take it down there to there. And the one-to-one brings us about 4,100 Satoshis. So that's where that would keep us. Now, if we're closing there, here's the danger. We're closing here on a weekly time frame. I mean, as far as the lines go, it doesn't give us any help. As far as the candles go, we have on a weekly time frame, we have this one level here of support, interestingly, where we are closing just near it on a weekly level. Let's see what happens. But wow, this weekly candle turned into such a bear. I mean, massive, huge bear. So we might be getting wicks down in this box over the next 1 week or two as we look to figure out a way to clear out this negative momentum here on a weekly time frame. This is atrocious at this point. It was a rough move down. We thought we had our head above water, and now we're submerging once again. Okay, So, but we're not quite, you know, we're near the end of this move, near the end of the move. It looks like, it feels like that could be days away, could be even like a week or two away before we really turn around on a weekly chart. But yeah, I mean, this box is here for a reason. This level down here is considerable. And there you have it. That would just be really rough, but it's possible, especially if we think it's going to go one way, we get shoved in the other direction. So that's it for now on the Pirate Chain price chart with the ARRR BTC. On the weekly there, we're not closed yet. Daily, we're just dumping harder, but we're still above the wick of the previous move from the 6th of October. But anyway, but these full red candles are not bringing confidence to this situation. So looking closer at a 4-hour time frame, and we just keep dumping down. What are we seeing here? Nothing really is playing itself out clearly, other than this move, which looks relatively impulsive. I mean, when has there been this steep of a move down of this amount? It hasn't happened in a while. Has not happened in a while. So we just got to watch out here. They're definitely on the edge, on the precipice of some potential downtrend, a down move. But again, that doesn't seem to fit what we see. But once again, none of this financial advice, but then that's because you never know really what direction it's going. You just make your bets and you do your best to win. So yeah, anyway, this is a short-term move. Our concern is that it becomes a longer-term move, that the that downtrend continues. Still, bias is to the upside. This is the weekly. Not really trying to make any considerations just yet on that, but the bias is turning towards the downside at this point. It's just, you know, one thing happens and then you got to adapt and figure out what's happening next. And it can turn on a dime, obviously. So when that happens, just be aware that it can happen and that it can happen when we least expect. And yeah, mouse is not working right now. So I think that's my cue to move on from the Pirate Chain. I think also part of the situation here is that the dollar value of Pirate Chain wants to stick around this level for a little bit. And because the BTC is strong, you know, near the 55,000 USD level, that's why we're getting the moves down corresponding in RBTC as well. Okay, so KMD is doing pretty good, hanging around at these 1900 Satoshi levels, just, you know, above the dollar region, $3 region. It's at $5 now, $6. And we're just going to look over at the BTC USD. Oh, mouse, why you don't want to work? We'll use mouse pad, your good friend and original. Okay, so BTC itself is definitely looking the strong. Here comes mouse. Mouse is back in the game. This is a weekly time frame. Nice strong weekly candle breaking above previous. So we are in a bullish scenario with strong overhead resistance. So previously we showed a 72,000. Now we're going to take it a little bit more. That's 72,000 BTC. We're going to take it more locally and say this. Okay, we may have finished this up move here and we're consolidating sideways before the next up move, or we are just making a short intermediate consolidation. We're going to make the next up move, then we're going to consolidate bigger. And that's fine too. But it looks like this level here of about 58,000 seems a good spot for support. And we might break through that and find about 62,000, which is up here. The reason I'm saying that is when we look at an extension of this move here. So we take the low to here, and we come here. Now, the first thought was we're at a 1-to-1. So interestingly, we get some consolidation. And maybe this one and this one here will be 1-to-1. And then from there, we'll get an extension, like a high, much higher, the next wave. That's fine. So if we're going to consolidate here, then that makes sense. And it will go where it's going to go. And we can look at possible retracements, for example, as low as like 46,500. But we could see a 38.2 retracement around the 50,000. That seems reasonable. Okay. The other idea then is where was the 1618 of this move? So if that's one, if this is just a short-term consolidation, we're going to continue higher within this weekend or in the next few days, then we see about 62,000. Okay, it's about this level here, which is the previous tops of around the 13, 14 of March, okay? Which is not the all-time high of 14, 15 April, but it's the next biggest thing. So there's a 1618 extension of this, this move here, okay? That would be this whole move there, okay? That one would be 1618 of this move here, this scribble move here, okay? So, and there you go. That's a thought for a 62,000 move. And in between, intervening, we have this 58. So if it goes between 1 and 1618 around here, that's reasonable. Again, that's something we might expect, okay? All right, that's about it. That's the BTC thought. I think it goes in that direction. Maybe it needs to come down first, in which case it was more of a 1-to-1 move. If that's the case, if we had a 1 and then a 1, and now we're going to get the next move, we'll take an extension of this whole thing. And if we do an external relationship, wow, that's huge. If we were to do an internal relationship, let's say it comes down to about here, the 50K, then when it relates to it by 61.8% is roughly around that same level. If we do, you know, and now we're just speculating though, we're doing if then that, and if this, if that, whatever. No need at this point. I think the general idea is 58 and 62 as intermediate tops. Otherwise, this is an intermediate top that's going to last until the end of October. I don't think so. Doesn't feel like it. I think we get one more push up, then we get something that lasts until end of October, consolidation wise. Maybe it lasts just a week or whatever, and then we go higher, fine. If not, maybe we just keep going for the entire rest of the month, and it's kind of, you know, I'm not saying that we have to get there immediately. Maybe we take another week or even 2 to get to this level, and then we take half of a month or 3 weeks or whatever it is, and we do our consolidation to wherever we're going. Okay. The other option is that we make it, you know, Bitcoin is a monster. Maybe we make it all the way to the previous all-time high, touching the channel, and we do it really quickly, you know, within the next, let's say 10 days or so. And we do that, we touch the top of the channel, and then we consolidate and come back down maybe to the 58 level, something like that. I mean, these are possibilities. So there you go. That's it. That's the BTC thoughts. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to leave it there on a 4-hour time frame. Yeah, 4-hour time frame looks like it could go either way. We might need a little bit more time in these levels on a 4-hour. Yeah, no worries either way. Awesome. Okay, BTC, that's where you stand. I think the thing is, I do get the sense that we are going to have some, well, we're getting that right now. We're getting the correction right now. Yeah. Analysis stands. I think that's fine where we are. And then on the weekly, like I was saying, you know, looks like we're going to be, we should be strong here. Hold this type of level, if not go a little higher. If not, maybe we're going to make it back down to the 52s, and we're going to have a weekly candle closing, which has a bigger wick. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I get the sense though we're going to close around the 54 to 55 level. It just makes sense. And then the next week we can go up with a weekly candle that even goes higher, has a big wick up into here if it needs to, and then closes back down towards the 58 level, and then maybe has a bit more of this type of sideways range for a bit, and then goes higher. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to put this box here for this sideways range. It's the next box level anyway. So there it is. That's the second box we're going after. Okay. Goodbye for now. Take care. Until next time. Make sure you got your life vest on, because might get thrown overboard for a moment. Okay. Until next time, take care.